A warm hello on this beautiful day. We are always working on a goal. If it is not our own, whose is it? I'm not sure who said this, but I feel it. Do you? Hi, my name is Dunira Singh, and I'm so intrigued by these words. If you are too, if it is something that excites you or even creates anxiety for you, then please stay tuned. In Albert Einstein's words, if you want to live a happy life, tie it to a goal, not to people and not to things. Brian Tracy said that only 3% of people in the world set and actually go after their goals. If you search on the internet today, you will find statistics that indicate that not many people achieve the goals they set, and not many people actually set goals. So what is it about goals? Why do people first not set goals and second set goals and then give up on them? Is it because it seems too difficult to do, or is it too hard to follow through? Is it that it takes time and it is scary to actually think about what it is we want in life and if we have the courage to go after it? Is it just that we don't prioritize what is most important to us? If we are not working on what is most important to us, are we doing justice to this life that we have been given? Are we taking responsibility for our life and our livelihood? There was a time in my life that I too did not set goals, and the reason was, one, I heard the word before, but I didn't know what it was, I didn't understand it, and I didn't feel the need to understand it. Two, I was too busy working on other people's goals, their priorities, to think about my own. And three, I floated through life on the cusp of winds, drifting along and living life that way. Now, there is nothing wrong with all of this, except when you wake up one day and you wonder, what on earth is this life about? Why am I here? What is the point? Then we realize that there might be more to life than we thought. And maybe the time has come to make some changes to be who we were meant to be and do what we were meant to do. Now, this actually happened to me. I had thoughts every now and then, more so in the last 5 years, thoughts such as, I'm not feeling good. In fact, I was feeling miserable because I feel I'm not using my full potential. I felt in my heart that I can do so much more with who I am. Feelings are so important. It is our own personal guidance system. And when we are in tune with it, we will realize the magnitude of what it means. I didn't listen to my heart, my feelings. Every time it surfaced, guess what I did? I do much more work. I make myself much more busy to feel more tired and to pass out on bed at night. To wake up the next morning and realize I still feel the same. It's like taking a headache tablet. Have you ever had a headache, popped a pill, headache disappears for a while, only to reappear again? My to-do list became fancier, color-coded. It then morphed into having end dates and then even other dates and then comments. And I lived by my to-do list and thinking that I am enhancing it. It will appeal more to me. But that raging anguish did not go away. In the last 5 years, that small whirlpool started raging out of control. The indicators letting me know that you have parked for too long, that the fuel in your tank has become sludge. So stand tall, empty the sludge, refill, and get going. Oh yeah, I'm going to do this. And woof, I stopped dead in my tracks. But what am I supposed to do? I just didn't know what it was and how I was going to do it. That's when I got perspective. It's my life. Do you know that song, It's My Life? I love it. Anyway, I started my search, not knowing what my next step would be. I just felt into things. An interesting story for another day. What I'm getting at here is that my unhappy state of mind made me realize that I needed to take a step in a different direction. I came across a process that would change the way I understood myself and what I actually wanted in life. In this process, I discovered how to set goals and how to go after them. It's even more than that. It helped me build my self-esteem and my confidence to step out into the world and be me. Because I am the me that I have to be. Being a skeptic sometimes, I put it to test and voila, it works. I learned so much through this process. I learned to own my life. I discovered the real me, I kid you not. Today, I play the role of a transformational life coach to bring all of this knowledge to the people that seek it so that they can find their reason for being on this magnificent planet. I can tell you from my experience, using effective tools to get goals and to go after it really assisted me in achieving a huge transformation in my life. It assisted me to create a goal and to achieve it and to feel more into the life I have. The way the tool works makes it more manageable to achieve. It is a tool that I now have for life, and after achieving goal number 1, I go after goal number 2 and then goal number 3 because it's just such an awesome process for me. I think I created my own anxiety before this process because 1, I wasn't sure what to do. 2, I didn't know where to start to figure out what to do. And 3, I kept on thinking I'm crazy to want to make changes at this stage in my life. 4, I didn't know what I didn't know, what I didn't know, what I didn't know. And that created a lot of anxiety for me. 5, I felt that I was all alone. So rather let it be. Let me hide how I feel because it must just be me being silly. And what do they call it? Going through a midlife crisis? Whichever point that midlife is for me. But it wasn't. It was real. I can't even explain it to you. Sometimes we think that because we have everything we need, that's it. But it's much more than that. It's also about how we feel from moment to moment. If we have everything, but we are not feeling happy with ourselves in life, that might be life's barometer telling us something. It's one thing to set a goal. It's another thing to actually go after it and achieve it. It might bring about feelings of vulnerability. If there's one thing I didn't like to feel, it was being vulnerable. But for me, there was such a huge lesson because it is only when I allowed myself to feel vulnerable that I actually learned to grow. They are great tools to assist us in uncovering what goals to set and how to make it a reality. I'm speaking from a personal point of view. I achieved my goal in the shortest time, and I'm living proof that the techniques and tools that I use actually worked for me, such that I'm wanting to share this with as many people that I can. Setting and going after your goal might seem daunting at first, but once you uncover the secret to how to do it, it becomes much easier. I realize that many people are not aware of goal setting and we don't know what we don't know. So if you were not aware of goal setting, then I'm glad you stayed to hear this because now that you know about goals, are you curious to discover more about yourself and what you were meant to be or do in this lifetime? If you already have it worked out, then that is great and congratulations because you are amongst the very few people that do. If you haven't, that's fantastic because you can now embark on a journey to discover more about yourself. I believe goals are created from our desires. It is a means to making our desires come through in context without taking away from our free will and that of others. Have you ever had an experience where you were given an address to attend a function and you didn't know where to go? Remember that stress, that anxiety? Then you got a GPS. Did the stress and anxiety disappear? Yes. These tools are just like the GPS. You work out the coordinates with a life coach by your side. A few routes will appear and you get to choose which one you want. You still don't know exactly how to get there, but that doesn't matter anymore because you are trusting the process and you are following the route until the goal is achieved. You might have reached a point in your life where you are wondering what you want to do next. This is unbelievably fabulous. The best point to just stop. Like me. You have been enjoying the garden route way of life, where you allow life to take you wherever it takes you. And that is cool, but sometimes you just want a route that provides direction, provides focus. Sometimes you might not have as much time as you did before, and sometimes you take the same route over and over and you actually just don't notice anything anymore. So what's the point of taking it? You just want to get to where you want to get it. So personally, I think that goals seem difficult because you have to think about what you want. The challenge is that we sometimes focus on all the blocks instead of just focusing on what we actually want and making that a reality. The secret, I believe, is that we do not have to know how we are going to achieve it. That will fall into place as time goes on. All we need to do is to take the first steps. Think about what we want, get a coach, and the rest will fall into place. In fact, don't even think about what you want. We can do that together. I squirmed when I realized that I did much more complex tasks when I was in the corporate world. Yet when it came to my own personal life, I built a double brick wall between me and my goals. And that wall was filled with graffiti. It was so beautiful. I love color, I love art, I love painting. But all of that was on the outside, and the inside told me a different story. I didn't believe in myself. I felt overwhelmed by this urge that I had and not knowing how to take the first step. That all changed when I sat down and gave myself a pep talk. Yeah, it was pretty tough. The questions I asked myself rings in my head till today. What is the reason for my existence? Why am I alive? And what am I going to do about it? When I am gone from this lifetime, what did I contribute to make a difference to this beautiful world and its people? I was so tired of being tired of being tired of being tired of working 24/7 that I let my guard down and I allowed myself to feel vulnerable. And I realized that in this time of feeling vulnerable, I had the greatest realizations. I discovered a wonderful way of bringing my desires to reality and to feel safe in the realm of being guided, motivated, and nudged to become who I want to be. How fab is that? I had an accountability partner, and it was great to walk the journey. There is only one expert in your life, and that is you. You know yourself best. You might be at a crossroad, or you might know that you are heading there, and that is fine. A life coach will be able to guide you, and the greatest part is that you get to choose what you want to do to move forward. I love the saying, not too sure who said it, right? You are always working on a goal. If it is not your own, who sees it? It is wonderful to help others by helping them achieve their goals and their priorities. It's not so wise when we haven't figured out what it is we want to achieve in our life, or that we know it but we are doing nothing about it. We've got to be selfish sometimes. And I say this with the best of intentions. Be selfish with our time and our energy. Use it constructively. Use it for what we want. It's great to help others, but it's even better to help ourselves first. Then we are in a better position to help others. You see that? If you are not sure how to do this, not to worry. Join me in discovering how to work out what it is you want, and also how to go after it and make that a reality. I assure you it costs nothing more than 30 minutes and a chat with me. It is for free. I'm a transformational life coach, and I've seen transformation in myself and the people that I coach. I feel so blessed to be able to do this, and I would like to share it with as many people as I can, so that we all grow and develop and become the people we are meant to be. Come join me and see how to transform your life. Navigate to my website. It's www.quantumthinking.co.za, and leave your details or message me on my Facebook page. It's facebook.com/thinking.that.transforms. My name is Danira Singh. I will contact you. You are not obliged to take up the program. Join me and see what it is all about. Know that it's only when we take the bold steps to be curious, to know more about ourselves, that we will find the happiness we are looking for. As Lao Tzu says, he who knows others is wise. He who knows himself is enlightened. Have a blessed and most beautiful day, and thank you for listening to me. I am so grateful that you stayed till the end. We all have a mission on this earth. Discover it and decide what legacy you would like to leave behind. Thank you.